When I doubt the existence of everything, I don't have to doubt my own thoughts, because the only thing I can be sure of at this time is the existence of my own thoughts. Reading a good book is like visiting the sages who wrote books and having a heart-to-heart talk with them, and it is a superb conversation. Even those who act sluggishly can surpass those who stray from the right path if they simply start moving in the correct direction. In this world, conscience is distributed most fairly. Opposing opinions are beneficial to me in two ways. On the one hand, it makes me realize my mistakes. On the other hand, the majority of people see more clearly than one person sees. All good books read like conversations with the most outstanding people of the past. Only by obeying reason can we become adults. Doubt is the ancestor of reason. Indecision is the greatest harm. The world is a big place, and the most equitable distribution is common sense. Will, understanding, imagination, and all functions of feeling all come from thinking. The more I study, the more I realize my ignorance. Only by respecting others can others be respected. It is not enough to have excellent intelligence. The main question is how to use it well. Knowledge is the crystallization of precious gems, and culture is the luster of gems. When emotions only persuade us to do something that can be delayed, we should restrain ourselves from making any immediate judgments and use other thoughts to calm ourselves until time and rest. Allow the emotions in the blood to completely settle down. Wherever I find a friend, I am reborn. There is no need to look for misfortune everywhere. Misfortunes will always happen to us for no reason. Let life be as radiant as a summer flower, and death as peaceful as an autumn leaf. You can judge a flower or a butterfly based on its external beauty, but you cannot judge a person that way. Power boasts of its evil deeds, but the falling yellow leaves and floating clouds laugh at it. We bow our heads only because we feel fear. The soil bears the insult and repays it with its flowers. Grass seeks companionship on the earth, while trees seek solitude in the sky. The roots buried in the ground make the branches produce fruits, but they do not ask for any compensation. Time is the wealth of change. The clock imitates it, but only change, and no wealth. I can't choose the best. The best chooses me. When we eliminate poverty, we will have our own wealth. But with this wealth, how much kindness, how much beauty, and how much strength we will lose. Let my love be like sunlight, surrounding you and granting you the radiant freedom to shine. Sometimes, two people who have never met may indeed become close friends as soon as they meet. The water in the cup is clear, but the water in the sea is black. Small principles can be explained clearly in words, but big principles can only be expressed in silence. The flower perfumes the air with its fragrance, but its ultimate task is to dedicate itself to you. When I think of the end of my time, the barriers of time break. The closer the place is to you, the farther the journey is. The simplest tone requires the hardest practice. If you don't wait to speak the complete truth, then it's easy to say it. Some people shed tears during the day, and some people hide their tears in the deep darkness. I once dreamed that we were strangers to each other, but in reality we loved each other deeply. It's raining for him, but his heart is holding an umbrella for him. This is love. Fog, like love, plays on the hearts of mountains, producing all kinds of beautiful changes. Things in the world are best laughed off, rather than washed away with tears. My last blessings are for those who know that I am not perfect, but still love me. Joy is as ephemeral as dew. It dies in its own laughter. The main cause of fear is surprise, and the best way to get rid of it is to think beforehand and prepare yourself for all eventualities. Surprises are caused by the fear of them. One ruled by emotions loses autonomy over their actions and becomes a victim of fate. Don't let your love sit on the cliff just because the cliff is high. Life, over and over again, frivolous and tireless. Melancholy is buried quietly in my heart, just like dusk falling in the silent forest. Errors cannot withstand failure, but truth does not fear it. I hope you understand yourself according to your own judgment. Do not underestimate yourself, or be led astray by others' opinions. The echo mocks the original sound to prove that it is the original sound. Life is like crossing a great ocean. We meet on the same narrow boat, and when we die, we disembark together, each heading to different destinations. I think, therefore I am. It is so firm, so certain, that even the most skeptical hypothesis cannot shake it. Therefore, I consider it the first principle of the philosophy I seek. Common sense is the most abundant commodity in the world because everyone believes they possess it fully. People always legitimize prejudice or fallacy in the name of desire. All emotions are inherently good. We must only avoid their misuse or abuse. Give me matter and motion, and I will construct a world for you. Our world generally expects only that our reason present them to it in some way as possible. There's no need to linger picking flowers. Just keep moving forward and flowers will bloom along the way. The best things don't come alone. They come with everything else. Our life is a gift from God, and we can only get life by giving our life. Happiness is like the stars. Darkness cannot cover them. And there are always gaps to find. The moon shines her light all over the sky, but keeps her dark spots for herself. Silence is a virtue, but to remain silent in front of someone you love is cowardice. Fingers that haven't bled can't play the world's greatest song without hardships. One can't create miracles in life. The work of fruit is noble. The work of flower is sweet. But let me do the work of leaves, which humbly and attentively cast their green shade